Hey everyone, how y'all doing? So I got the Civivi Imperium out here again, and I figured it's time to do my full review on this. I did do a unboxing first impressions video when I got it, and 'cause I've carried this thing a ton. I've used this a ton. It's definitely become one of my favorite knives to EDC. It's just so much about it that I like. Not much I don't like, but yeah, it's kind of strange when this was released. They released it in several different variants. They released it with three carbon fiber ones. This one's the copper, the black wash blade. They have a silver and a gold fleck one with plain, regular stonewash blade. They got like three micarta versions that come in like dark green, olive, brown, and the micarta ones have Damascus blade. That is so cool looking. Right now they have one G10, which is natural G10, jade, and that looks pretty cool, and that has Nitro-V steel blade. So yeah, it just didn't seem like it made much of a splash. In fact, even now, this particular variant sold out on Blade HQ. I haven't checked any place else, but this one's sold out, and I think all the other ones are still available. Now the carbon fiber ones run $89, $89.25. The micarta runs around $85, and that G10 is only $68 with Nitro-V steel blade. I don't think you can beat the price point. I think it's very, very fair price point for these. In fact, man, I kind of wish they did a carbon fiber one with Damascus blade like they did on the button lock Elementum. I'd really dig that. But yeah, figure it was time to do the review, get it out of the way before months and months go by as usual. But yeah, I guess go to the specs real quick, do some fast size comparisons, and we'll talk about this. Try and make this video, manageable length. My videos, I just can't seem to do short videos. But yeah, you got overall length of 7.83 inches. The blade is listed at 3.47, so basically 3.5 inch. Nitro-V steel blade, which is the only nitro steel blade I have. So far, I'm impressed. I've heard good things about it, so I have high hopes for it. Cool drop point design on this. You just can't argue with a nice drop point. It's flat grind. It's pretty high. It goes all the way up to here. You got a nice wedge on top. You got a okay size finger choil. I don't like using it that way. If I'm doing detailed stuff, and yeah, I'll put my fingertip in there and do what I have to do. It's got jimping on top, which I'll talk more about. I wasn't impressed by the jimping, my first impressions. Thumb studs are good. They're not in the cutting path. They seem like the right length, right size, right jimping on them. They work great. The front flipper, it's got jimping. That's part of the jimping when it's round. And you feel it here. It's pretty good. It's not overly sharp or aggressive. Definitely works for the front flipper. This thing rides on, Civivi's cage ceramic ball bearings, so you got nice action, nice deployment. It's not really drop shutty. It's close. I haven't done anything to it. Oil, just a pivot, nothing. Lockup is excellent. Absolutely no blade play. It is a line to lock. Lockup is good. Access to the lock bar is excellent. You get this cut out a little bit more. Got jimping on the lock bar. Easy to get to, easy to press, push over. Stainless steel liners. They're milled out. Nice. Always helps for the weight. Yeah, can't complain about that. The handle here, I like these scales. I like the shredded carbon fiber and the copper in there. I think it's just awesome looking. But handle, you got 4 1/4 inches, 4.25, which gives me plenty of room. Full 4-finger grip on this one, and like I always say, I wear extra large size gloves, so yeah, plenty of handle for me. The blade to handle ratio is, not bad. It's pretty good. So the handle's not way longer than the blade. At least it doesn't look odd to me. Looks pretty even. Handle is 0.51 inches thick, just a little over half an inch. The highest point in this dimension is 0.75, 3/4 of an inch. If I didn't say, the blade stock is relatively thin on this at 0.12, and I actually come out my verniers, these things, cheap ones that the battery's dead now, but when I measured it, it actually came out 0.109, so basically 0.11. So it's actually a little thinner than what they have it listed for on Blade HQ. Yeah. Oh, pocket clips, the standard Civivi clip that works fine. And the carbon fiber ones, it is milled out, so it's recessed down in the scale. Not quite all the way, but yeah, it's close. Screws are flush. Absolutely nothing really to catch your pants pocket. On the carbon fiber, it slides in and out of the pocket really nice, but yet there's enough retention on this clip. It's not going to fly out of your pocket. It's not going to fall out. So it stays in the pocket good. Got a back spacer, which right now I can't remember if it's G10 or if it's carbon fiber, but nice little back spacer. And look at this. It's got the hidden lanyard post in there. I like the style. I like it when they do that. One of my pet peeves is when they have to put a lanyard hole in and it sacrifices the deep carry pocket clip. It makes no sense. Now, this isn't exactly full deep carry. There's a little bit sticking up. And I don't know. They could, maybe not. The way they have the scales milled out. Plus you got a body screw right there. And might not have been any place better to put it. But yeah, speaking of the scales being milled, you can see there's a flat milled in there up here on the top, which I like, gives it a little style. The scales are contoured a little bit. They're not flat. Now, they say this has an epoxy coating on it. And yeah, you can see it. So you can see the coating where it's nice and shiny. But up there, and the parts that are milled out, this long here and long here, it's more matted finish. Kind of gives it a little contrast. I like it. I dig it. The only thing I don't dig about it is that line going across. Gives it that fake bolster look. I could have done without that, but you know, big deal. That doesn't bother me that much. And yeah, this thing, the copper ones are pretty lightweight. They got it listed on Blade HQ at 2.95 ounces. On this scale, if I remember right, comes in a little bit less, 2.90. So pretty light. Now the other ones, the micarta one's a little bit heavier. They have it listed at 2.97, and the G10 is a little bit heavier yet, 3.15. But I don't know. They're half a tenth off on the carbon fiber, at least to my scale. And this is a cheap Harbor Freight scale. So I think the other models would be a little bit, just a touch less than what they're listed for. But yeah, do some size comparisons real fast. Get the standard knives out here. I got the Spyderco Paramilitary 2 and the Para 3 lightweight. You can see the Imperium's kind of in between, a little shorter than the PM2. Definitely a lot thinner, right? It's a pretty thin styled knife. I like it. Let's do the bug out, full size bug out. I didn't bother bringing the mini bug out. Obviously, this is bigger than the full size, so it's going to be a lot bigger than the mini. Let's do CJRB feldspar, the large and the small. It is a lot closer to the large. Feldspar is actually, looks like it's a little bit longer. Definitely, again, definitely a thinner profile. Let's do what I carried today. So, I carried two knives today. One was the Finch Cimarron, and they're pretty close. Overall length, blade length, everything. You look at them, the blade on the Cimarron is a little shorter than the blade on the Imperium, and the handle is a little bit taller on the Finch, and the Finch has a very straight handle. This has just a little curve to it. So I carried that, plus I carried the Artisan Sea Snake, the little fixed blade. So you can see it's a lot bigger than the Sea Snake. And you can see my folder is bigger than my fixed blade. But yeah, they're, you know, fairly similar in design. This has a little more curve to it, little finger choil area, where this one only has a little cutout for access to the liner lock. Yeah, they're pretty close. And let's bring out a couple Civivis. So let's do the regular size Elementum. You can see it's quite a bit bigger. This is the S35V G10 version. Again, got the black stone wash on this. I like Civivi's black stone wash. While we're at it, check out the button lock Elementum. Actually, I'll bring that one back out. So you can see the Imperium and the Elementum are very, very close. Very close. The blade might be just a touch longer on the button lock Elementum. Yeah, that's one of the knives that I feel has overshadowed this one. There was such contention over this button lock Elementum, but man, this one's pretty awesome too. That's what I said. They came out with a copper Damascus blade on the Imperium, and I think that'd be awesome. And another knife, another Civivi that I think's overshadowed it, is actually the Brazen. And this is the Tanto one. They just came out with a drop point, which is really nice. And I think about the same time, so maybe just a little bit beforehand. But yeah, that's getting a lot of talk. But yeah, very, very close. These are very close. And I like this Tanto Brazen. And this is what I was talking about. I love the way they do the lanyard hole, the post on some of their knives like this. This isn't so bad. You know, the back spacer got it sticking out a little bit with for the lanyard. It's okay. I don't particularly like that myself, but this is, you know, larger knife. It doesn't bother me. I just don't like the looks of that so much, but works fine. And they did the same thing on the button lock Elementum, and they did the same thing on their budget Ortus. Things like $40, and they did the same thing on the Ortus, which I didn't bring out. But yeah, guess that's it for size comparisons. Went over most of the specs. Talk about this blade, Nitro-V steel. It's new to me. Like I said, man, it's holding up good. It's still, my paper's a little damp, but yeah, slice is good. I had to turn my AC off so it didn't have all that background noise, and now I'm sweating my butt off. But yeah, blade's cool. I like the black wash finish that Civivi does. It seems to hold up nice. Otherwise, I don't really care for black blades, but I've got quite a few Civivi with the black wash blades. Love the drop point style. I just like the blade, the swedge, everything. Action, like I said, is awesome. Rides on the ceramic ball bearings, works great. Front flipper, thumb studs work equally as well, if not a little better. Almost drop shutty, very smooth. Like I said, absolutely no grittiness, nothing. Lockup is awesome. Yeah, even the little finger choil. You got smaller fingers than me, that'd be really nice. Now the jimping, let's get to this jimping. My first impressions was it was worthless. It did absolutely nothing. And yeah, if you just run your finger across this, you don't feel nothing. It's actually below the top of the scales. You can see that. So it's kind of weird they did that, because when you have it turned this way, closed, that's a pretty good, it's pretty good. It's not overly aggressive, and you don't want it to be, because it would chew your thumb, skin right off your thumb after a while. But yeah, it's below the surface of the scales. But that was my first impressions, that it was worthless, didn't do anything. Now, in actual use, if you're really, pressing through something, it's like the fat of my thumb anyways kind of goes in there, and it actually does grip. So would I prefer, stick up where I could feel it better? Yeah, but it actually does work. It does grip, at least my thumb. So if you got really big thumbs, I don't know, maybe you wouldn't be able to so much. But yeah, the jimping's better than I thought it was. Put it that way. Would I like it better? Absolutely, but I don't want to Oops. Now I'm screwing it all up. I don't want to tear the skin off my thumb using the front flipper. But yeah, it actually works when in use. Like I said, liner lock's good, locks up awesome. Man, handle scales on this, I just absolutely dig them. I think the carbon fiber ones are awesome looking. Now I haven't seen the G10 or the micarta, but I can't think they're bad in any way. They're probably good. Ergos on this thing are pretty good for such a slender knife. Actually feels pretty good in hand. Like I said, the jimping actually works when you're bearing down on cutting through something. No hot spots to really speak of. It is a little bit thicker, so it does help fill the hand a little better. I always say I wear extra large size gloves, and yeah, it fills my hand, feels good in my hand. Get all 4 fingers on there. Now the pocket clip, I do feel that. I don't know why that sticks up so much. Maybe they all do. It's basically the same as on the button lock. It's a little flatter. That one's definitely got more of a flat. I can feel that just a little bit, and it's close to that spot on my hand where I had surgery and I got the scar right here, and anything that presses on that really bothers me. That's pretty close. It doesn't really bother me, but I know it's there. But so far, that hasn't pressed into that spot and caused any issues. And a lot of times, man, it's close to that spot, but so far, that hasn't bothered me at all. Like I said, this thing carries excellent with that clip. In and out of pocket, just as smooth as can be. Plenty of retention on it. And some materials might be too heavy of a retention. Too heavy. But on the carbon fiber, yeah, it slides in and out nice, but there's enough retention on it to hold it in. Don't have to worry about that. Like the back spacer on this thing. Like I said, I can't remember if it's G10 or carbon fiber. Lanyard post, I don't do lanyards, especially on longer knives, but that's where I think they should be done more. And I don't know what else to say. I guess my biggest knock on this thing was that the jimping. And in reality, in use, it does work. Yeah, I just don't know why it's below the top of the scales, and I don't know. It looks good. It looks good like that. Just nice, clean. But yeah, the jimping could be a little bit more aggressive for me. Stick up a little more up here. But yeah, that's it. That's the only thing I can complain about. Centering is dead on. Try to get in some light. You can see it. And yeah, again, it's another knife I bought that I like a lot. Can't find too much wrong with this one. And again, it's a Civivi. I don't have a Civivi that I don't like, or I don't not like. I like them all. In fact, I got another Civivi on the way. It's not a new release by any means, but it's one I've been wanting for a long time. So I'm excited for that one to come. But yeah, the Civivi Imperium is kind of the sleeper knife. Like I said, it's kind of like got released and flew under the radar. Some of these riffle, and definitely this one's overshadowed it. The fixed blade Elementum came out about the same time. That got a lot of talk and stuff. Yeah, I'm glad to see this picking up traction and more people finding out about it, buying it, because I think it's a pretty cool knife, man. I like carrying this. Like I said, it carries nice. It's fairly thin. It's a 3.5-inch blade. It's not very tall overall. Overall, it's, oh, let's see. Find the overall. Yeah, it's just over an inch. So, just a hair over an inch. Fits in the pocket good. You have no flipper tab to catch. You can get your hand in next to it, behind it, no issues. Yeah, it's been a joy to carry and use. It's pretty slicey. Feels fairly thin behind the edge. That full, almost full flat grind. You got the swedge up here, but yeah, slice is good. Ergos are good. Feels good in my hand. Action's awesome. 2 ways of deployment. Front flippers. I have a few. I like them. Something different. It's definitely a fidgety knife. Yeah. Maybe that jimping, when it's opened up, could be done a little different. That's it. So I guess that's it for this, man. Put this one to bed. This review to bed. And I'm going to definitely keep carrying this because I like it. When I do my collection videos, I'm going to do collection videos, but I'm going to go by, brands like Civivi, Spyderco. I'm going to do different videos because I do them all. It's going to be a 2-hour video. And I'm going to pick my favorite from each brand. And man, this one's going to be in contention. But yeah, I guess that's it. As usual, you like this video, hit that like button. Leave a comment down below. If you have an Imperium, what model you have, what version of it, or anything. Leave a comment. I'll get back to you. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And I guess until the next video, bye.